Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nicole Maston, and today I'm going to be chatting with you guys about our homeschool rhythm and how we've chose rest this school year. Coming from a burnt out homeschool mom, I feel like this is just a topic I really wanted to touch on and hopefully encourage you that if you're feeling that way too, there is hope and there's so many things you can do to readjust. So if you're new here or this is your first time watching, I'd love to have you guys stick around. I do tend to post a lot about homeschooling. I also post some home DIYs, when I'm, fixing up our space, and honestly, lately, just whatever I feel called to do in that moment. So I'd love to have you guys click that subscribe button and let's just dive in. So as I'm cleaning up the kitchen today, I just wanted to bring you guys alongside me. I'm going to reset a little bit, and this is just very much real life. End of the day, mom life stuff, nothing fancy. And this is usually like the time of day when I feel like everything starts to catch up with me. And I'm sure you can relate. You start thinking about what you did that day and what you didn't get to and what tomorrow might look like. And when you homeschool, it can kind of feel like school is always sitting in the back of your mind. And for a long time, that just felt heavy for me. I felt like I was always behind, always needing to do more, always wondering if I was doing enough. And I think I was just trying to make homeschool fit into that version of school that just didn't, it just didn't work for our family. I used to work in a public school setting, and it took me a lot of learning to undo what I had already learned. So we've actually been homeschooling year-round for quite a while now, and we really do love it. Year-round homeschooling doesn't mean just like nonstop homeschool. I feel like a lot of people have that misconception when they hear that, and I've actually been asked, like, well, when do your kids get breaks, And for us, it just means that we don't have to rush. We don't have to feel pressured to like squeeze in everything into that certain number of months. We still, meet our state's criteria of how many days on, but we do go through the summer months. And so some weeks feel full and then some feel, rather light. And I feel like the days look more productive and they look more like life happening than just school. And so I've learned over time that that's okay. And, if a lesson needs more time or I need to slow down with one of my children, maybe life feels heavy. We just adjust in those moments. And I know I've mentioned it several times on here, but we did have twins in May of 2024, and that season felt heavier. I had 2 newborn babies, and, life doesn't stop because, you're homeschooling. Like, actually, homeschooling just means that you're learning alongside your children. And so what a blessing that was to be able to take that time and slow down and have my kids alongside that beautiful season of, newborn twins. So I feel like learning doesn't just have to stop because you take your foot off the gas a little bit. But anyway, so lately I've actually, as I've been resetting our home, I've been thinking a lot about what needs to be reset in my own heart. If you watched our month 1 recap, I talked a lot about how I was taking time off social media in the month of August, and honestly, God did a work on me, y'all. It's so nice to quiet the noise and hear what he was, calling you to do in that moment. And so I've actually been listening to this book. It's called Declutter Your Heart and Your Home by 𝐈𝐭𝐞𝐦𝐬, and it has been speaking to me so much in this season. There's one line in the book that really stuck with me, and she says, "Clutter is anything that distracts us from what matters most." And hearing that really made me pause because I thought about it. It's, clutter isn't just stuff on the counters. It can be our schedules. It can be our expectations. It can be the pressure that we put on ourselves to keep up or do more. And I realized that even though we had simplified a lot in our home, our homeschool rhythm still felt cluttered in some ways. And, that's actually what led us to try something new this year. We started doing a 6 weeks on, 1 week off sabbath rhythm. So after 6 weeks of lessons, we'd take a full week off. No homeschool, no catching up, no trying to get ahead. We just rest in those moments. And that week is slower, and it means more family time. It gives us time to reset the home, any house projects or things that I've been putting off or wanting to get done. I do that during that week because it's also easy to get distracted, doing home things and miss out on schoolwork. So I really am intentional about using that week to do the things that I need to do. Maybe I declutter a closet or clean up our garage that desperately needs it. So next week's actually our Sabbath week, and I'm kind of already getting excited about the things I want to do. And during that week, I really teach a lot of stewardship, taking care of the things that the Lord has given us, and I invite my children in to do that. So it's honestly been such a gift. At first, I was a little nervous about it. I worried about falling behind even more than I already felt or losing momentum. But what we found is that everyone comes back more refreshed and more focused and in a better place overall. And for me as a mom, I feel like it's really grounded me a lot. It's reminded me that rest doesn't have to be earned. It's something that the Lord invites us into and we're allowed to receive. So, as I'm sitting down to plan out our next 6 weeks, I don't feel that same pressure I used to. I don't plan every minute of every single day. I don't try to fill every day. I plan our lessons knowing there's a break ahead. And then I look at our appointments, family commitments, and then I intentionally leave space for rest, for flexibility in our schedule, for real life to unfold. And I don't know, it's changed everything for us, honestly. So one thing that I read in that book, and I wanted to tell you guys this too, is she talked a lot about her life becoming it felt like a to-do list, and even her own children felt like checkbox items. And I don't know why that just hit me so much, because as a mother, you have such a heavy mental load, and I feel like you're trying, we're all doing the best we can, right? But you're trying to do all of these things for your children, and sometimes it does feel like checkbox items. You get to the end of the day and you're like, okay, did I do all the things for this child? Did I do all the things for them? I don't know. When I lay in bed at night, that's when the mom guilt comes over me tenfold, and I've just been trying to change that big time. So I just hope this video has been encouraging, that it's okay to plan rest. I feel like homeschooling doesn't have to be about doing more or proving anything. It's honestly about slowing down enough to actually enjoy our children and our days and the calling God placed on our family. So if you're feeling tired or behind or overwhelmed, I tell you, I can relate. I tell my husband all the time, I sometimes feel like I'm always showing up behind. It's not a good feeling, so I just want you to know you're not failing. Maybe you just gotta adjust a bit. Maybe you need a new curriculum, or you need a different rhythm or different schedule, or maybe you just need to build more time around rest. So I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments. I'd love to hear your story, maybe what schedule you're following this year. And I wanted to thank you guys for spending a little time with me today, and I hope to see all of you in the next video. All right, guys, take care.